And I think that part was probably it. What could you say about your song? I'm just saying. Is it very exciting?
No.
No, it's pretty what?
Boring.
That's what you that was the sound like scale. It's boring. So if I was an artist, what would I say? It's kind of boring. You use the same 3 pencils. Pattern was fine, but guess what? There's nothing for me to what? Kind of hum back. I want it to be memorable. Make sense? You got to sit down and make good shapes. When I see a circle, I need to see a circle. When I see a square, I need to see the shapes. When it came over, you picked on the ending, and you went what? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Play that part, whatever it was, right? That was the most interesting part because why?
It sounds good.
I don't know if it sounds good or not, but it was definitely what? More interesting than the first idea. Okay? It was more interesting than the first idea, but guess what? That's where you have to sit down. What's going to tell you, what did I tell you when you're writing? It's almost like learning how to eat food. Correct? Everybody has a taste to it. You can sit down and say, okay, it's fine, but guess what? You can also tell yourself whether it tastes good or not. If it tastes good, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow. That's what you're learning. You're saying, oh, okay, now, it's a good exercise. Should you go home and try another one this week? Yeah, you should. You should. But now, what would I suggest it to be? A lot more what? A lot more interesting. The 2 things that you did really good, you could hear that it was kind of like, what? Okay. Take a look outside. Look outside. Look at the sky. What can you tell me about the sky?
It's so boring.
Exactly. That's the way you wrote. That's exactly the way you wrote. Is it good to have a gray sky? Absolutely.
Why?
Because guess what? If you don't know what a gray, how can you tell me what a blue sky looks like?
It looks blue.
You don't know that though. But to you, which is more vibrant? The gray sky or the blue sky? Do you know what vibrant means?
No.
What's the word your dad used? He used the word alive. Which is more vibrant, the gray sky or the blue sky?
The gray sky?
Which is more vibrant?
Blue.
The blue sky. You feel because it makes you feel happy.
How?
When you see it, when you wake up in the morning and you go and you see a nice blue sky, doesn't that put a smile on your face? I bet you it does. Well, next time look at it.
She'll wake up at 10 o'clock.
Exactly, and 10 o'clock at night is when she wakes up. And it's all dark outside because you slept it away. It's like to sleep, that's exactly her. So you're just used to big dark stuff all over the place. Well, guess what, you'll live. But I'm just saying, did you see the way you wrote? There's a time for that too, but you could write more what? Interesting. There's another thing that you did that was good too. The 3 things that you made a pattern, you gave me interesting, and guess what? You actually moved your hand. By moving your hand, you gave me a little interest by just going to a couple different notes. Those are the 3 things that you did good. But overall, it was pretty what?
Boring.
It looks like a what?
Gray sky.
Because you wake up after 10, that's why. You have to wake up early. Exactly. You're a true artist. Do you know when artists like to work? Artists like to work at night. They really do. They're weird people. Artists normally like to work.
Then how can they see the drawings?
It's called a light bulb. You never heard of one before?
Oh, I know.
That's
I have a lamp or something.
I'm just telling you, most artists like to work at night. They're weird people. They like to work at 3 o'clock in the morning
What?
because that's when they're inspired.
What does that
Inspired.
mean?
It means that you're alive.